Yo, 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 what's the deal, people? Well, go on. It's your boy Jason Gooner. We're back in the building. And you know, it's the EPL Preview show. It is match week 12. So the international break is over. The headaches that comes with being a regular boys fan, put to one side for one liquor program here tonight. We're going to discuss the EPL, get to all the team news, talk about all the latest in the press conferences so we can familiarize with, who forward from the international break with an injury, who is all right. Yes, we're going to go through all of that tonight, people. You don't know the strategy and the format, people. We're going to look at the recent form of the teams, go through the teams, have some discussion and banter about it. Certain teams feeling very optimistic right now. Them get new managers and, yeah, them new manager is the flavor of the month. So let's see, people. We're going to see if the new manager bounce is real for United. The thing go. Need Forest to slap you guys. Yo, CK. Take your time, big man. Take your time. Why you worried about me? You need to make sure who them play? Boy, Southampton. Liverpool are gonna win again. Anyway, people, you know the thing go, people. We're up on YouTube, so you have to like the video first and foremost. Share the content as well. And if you are new to the channel, people, make sure you drop a subscription, turn on your notifications so you can know when Jason Gooner TV is live. Yes, people. Yes, people. So, Man U to the world. See, I tell you, man, them so excited about this manager, So let's see. New manager bounce is real. Yo, big up in Ike. Go on. Big up. You turn up this week as well, because every United fan is so optimistic right now. Them see Sporting play. You should have prayed him could have bring the striker with him. Because it's gonna be Xerxes and Hoyland. Even though you see the United fans them are talking and them say, yo, them see training. And Rashford through the middle. Like we haven't seen this story before, But you never know still, Rashford go New York. Maybe the New York City give him a new vibes. I don't know. Man, the courtside of the Knicks game looking like a real rap star. Gotta be excited about something, though. Yo, I don't wrong here, man. Right now, I'm not so excited, I don't know what going on from my side. I joke out this thing. You see, may I ask the question, is the cannon fixed? Because all of a sudden we can't score a goal. Yeah, but all right, we're not go to would have given a Rude a chance though. Well, I mean, you can't argue with it, but it looks like the key to Man United success is just always have an interim manager. Don't bother hire nobody. Just make somebody and just don't give them the actual title, Because soon as Rude turn to the real manager now, and him start lose few game. Yeah, but the Amarim guy, his teams play well. So we shall see. I said that Ten Hag's team played well when he was coming, Did rough as a City fan and Jamaican. Now I have nothing to smile about. Why? CK, if you tell you the truth, if you're a City fan, it's not that rough, bro. This is like the first time in years this ever reached your side. I told you Odegaard is the most important player on your side. Yeah, I've always said like Saka or Saliba, but this run of games without Odegaard was really poor. Ball never step up either. Interim on deck. Yeah, man. Just interim title alone, brother. That's all them need. Yo, make sure everybody where they are like the video, people. That is a must. Make sure the video can get out there to the people, them. But yeah, let's go right into some news. Let's go right into some news. We're going to get the latest from the press of them. All news from the pressers. Yeah, this is what I want. Yeah. Live blog. Yeah, this is what we need. Start down at the down yassa. From morning, go straight up. All right, so let's just scroll through the news for the week. Which person you got news from? No, not the So yeah, it's not that presser, not the person, but the actual press conference. Yeah. All right, so let me share this so we can just go through the news for the week, or not the week, but the news before the games. Everybody can know what going on, because I try help on the people. If you know how to predict the games them correctly, not for know what go on. So we throw it on the screen, we can go through it. Gene. All right. So basically, in case you missed it, right? If you're living under a rock, I don't follow football really. Last night, City announced Pep Guardiola's contract extension. The 6-time Prem winner signed until 2027. So this will basically make it the longest he's ever been at a club. It's already the longest, but it's looking like Pep wants to just stay here forever. I'm saying I have a really special feeling for this club. That is why I'm so happy to be staying for 2 more seasons. So everybody that was hoping that Pep was leaving the league, not for now, people. Not for now. Not for now. All right. So this is the fixtures, of course. Table. We'll look at the table in a while. All right. More from Pep. Really business about that, Pep. Good. Very good. I'm glad you're still there, because any team win the league after him leave, you would hear say, but he never win when Pep is there. So Pep have too much pride for leave when we're down. Okay, CK. So you see, you shouldn't cost the loss them then, CK. You should be happy, because without the loss them, he maybe would have leave. So there you go. All right, Pep. All right, so Arne Slot now and Allison. So anybody play FPL and them thing. This is Allison news. We are careful with everyone, especially when it comes to muscle injuries. Allison is training with the keepers, but not with the team. He's getting better, but he's not ready for Sunday. All right, so that is the news. And Allison not going to be back yet. Have a good deputy though. Kelleher doing his thing for Liverpool, so they shouldn't be too worried. Virgil is all good, training with us today. I know he didn't play the second international. So there was a worry or a doubt for him, but looks like he'll be okay. Trent isn't training with us yet, but he's getting there, so we expect him to be back for us soon. So that don't look like this weekend. Harvey Elliott is training with us again. That's the positive thing. All right, so he's around the corner. And Jota and Chiesa are all expected to be back between now and a few weeks. We'll see, but Virgil is completely okay. So it looks like Van Dijk is the one that is coming to fine after the break. Trent, of course, dropped out of the England squad. Looks like he's not quite ready yet. And Jota and Chiesa and Elliott look like they're a little bit away as well. Asked about when they will return. I know they have a tricky set of games. They have Real Madrid coming up. So basically, the reporter them want to know like when, want to know if they're going to be there for that game there. Say Alisson and Jota, I don't expect them to be there for Madrid. Trent is kind of closer. So looks like Trent might be back for Madrid, but the other two not looking like they will make it, right? So Callum Wilson, still a footballer, not playing but injured since the season start. Looks like he's on the mend, but not quite there yet. So then basically don't want to rush it, because they've had issues with him coming back too soon, and then he gets injured again. Trippier, another one that's been out this year, in and out of the team, slightly closer. Trained yesterday, trained well, felt good, no ill effects, and look sharp. You see, the problem is for Kieran Trippier is the player who has been playing for him, Livramento, has been playing really well. So, they wouldn't want to rush Trippier anyway, but there's really not a rush, because the kid is doing good right now. So, see, they're not rushing him back. So, that makes sense. Emil Kraft out 6 to 8 weeks. All right, so he's out. Liverpool fixture list. Slot. I think this right here going to tell us a lot about the coach and what it's going to be like for them this season, because after this Southampton game, it gets kind of tricky for them. So we have an incredible fixture list coming up, starting with Southampton. That is the most important. The next one, the other two games have no effect on my team selection. But what does affect it is Southampton, how they play, how fit they are. So basically, in my talk, him don't want him team have a letdown just because what's ahead. Obviously, they know Real Madrid is forwarding. So, but he does make a good point here when he says Southampton more than capable. I've seen them play against City, Arsenal, and Wolves. They are very, very capable of playing teams like us. So, you know what's interesting about that? Him says City, Arsenal, and Wolves, And I've been telling you guys, Wolves don't deserve to have the points that them have, Them play some good game, But on probably laugh at me and say, I don't know. But the coach, them agree with me. Little old me. They have been a bit unlucky. They have a very good playing style. Everyone is saying City and Real being difficult, but I think Southampton will be difficult as well. So of course they have, Real and then City after Real. So a tough week for them coming up and starting out with the Southampton game. So we shall see there. Pep's new contract, he's just congratulating him, saying it's great to have good managers in the league. The Marks Eddie how about it as well. He said the same, said Pep is a legend, did a lot for the game. So they're asking about the England contingent. Looks like they're all good. They're just very proud of them to be in the team. And of course, that's Anthony Gordon, Tino Livramento, and Lewis Hall, all playing for England in the last window. Let's see. Liverpool started the season. Yeah, so he's just saying, obviously he's happy to be in the position they're in now. Also understand it's only 11 games, so they have to, and they know that teams in the league are capable of making a run, so they have to, stay on it. Enzo Maresca will be returning to Leicester, first game in the morning. So obviously they asked him about that. He was just saying, obviously he has love for the club. He says that if he has any inside knowledge on Leicester, he was saying no, not really. Basically, them have more knowledge about me because obviously he wouldn't know Steve Cooper tactics, even though he used to coach there. Maybe he'll know individual players, but that's about it. Then they spoke to the Brighton coach, Lewis Dunk, and Ferdi Kadioglu didn't go to the Turkish national team. Lewis Dunk looks more positive. He said he trained for the last few days, but he's close. So that's a plus for their defense there, Lewis Dunk. At least some would say so. I actually think that he's actually the third best defender right now because I happen to like Van Heck and what's his name? I think his name is Igor. Igor, I think his name is the Brazilian. Yeah, so I don't know. They'll be happy to have him back though, experience, Hinselwood, who actually has been a good player this season for them playing in midfield. Said he has to see how he's going to be over the next couple of days. Small issue with his knee. All right, so that's all that's going on with him. James Milner still out. So that is that. Let's see which team this now. Steve Cooper. So as a Reggae Boys fan, I saw this news. You never want to see a player go down injured. Abdul Fatawu, player for Leicester City, had an ACL injury. So that's a little bit of a loss to the depth chart there in the wing position. We know Bobby Reed is there, has been injured lately. And I believe the coach mentions him in one of these little pieces here because I think I was looking for it earlier today. Because I always like to look at the Reggae Boys that had missed the window, how they came through the window in terms of fitness. So I looked up Leicester and Brentford earlier today just to see what they were saying about those players. So I think he brings him up in one of these parts here. Yeah, so Fatawu out. Okay, there it is. Bobby De Cordova-Reid has been on the pitch, had a cut in the United League Cup game, was in an awkward position above the Achilles. It's been a bit stop-start for him, so it's been frustrating. He trained with us yesterday, so the hope is that the cut hasn't opened up again, but it has been frustrating for him. So there is the news, all you Reggae Boys fans. He's still dealing with that cut over his ankle, so yeah. Hashtag 1CJ. Curtis Jones. Where the 17 there? Trippier is a terrible defender too. Yeah, he's not that good at defending, honestly. Kind of tries to read the game to play defense, but if you really make him have to tackle is a different thing. Elite passer is right though. Dunk is a big defender. Yeah, he's large. He's a big person. Igor good. Just need to control his temper. Yeah, him is a hothead for real, but he's a good player, man. O'Shea and Richards, blessings, you know. We're there. Big up yourself. Start right down there. The prediction people them come. No say. Ready. I don't know if D-Mog are there tonight, but like how Liverpool are top the league now, Curtis Jones are doing thing. Maybe he's back, you know. Jordan AU come back injured from duty, not a serious injury. Hope is he may be available, but we're a little bit inconclusive. Patson Daka has been out for a while, but he's back in training and available. Vardy back in training as well. Not sure if he'll be ready for the weekend though. So if you have Vardy in your team, it's kind of up in the air whether he's going to play or not. Nottingham Forest team news took advantage of the break. Took advantage, tried to manage some players struggling, and Elliot Anderson was one of them. Let's see how he is. But for now, we still have to assess. Just managing some players and some situations. Yeah. So they look like they feel pretty good about their fitness going into the Arsenal game. Nuno. Here's Thomas Frank now with the Brentford news. Mbeumo, Pinnock, and Wissa I expect to be available and ready. All three situations are different minor issues. Sometimes a week's rest can make all the difference. So I expect them to be ready. We're very thankful for the cooperation from the three national teams. So there you have it, people. I've always said that Thomas Frank like really deal with JFF properly based on what I've heard of the dealings with him and the JFF. So whenever it's with Pinnock and people try to say, like, you know, he's not this and not that, I'm like, trust me, bro, I have a good relationship with them. If something really wrong with the player, it's not, them are going to tell me. And there, you know, it was minor. Yeah, he probably could have played, but, you know, minor could turn to major if him never get the rest. So, probably the right move for the long term, to be honest. Igor Thiago is in a good place and trained very well this week. He will be involved in the squad. So that's the striker that they got after Tony left. Well, really before Tony left, he had signed. And he came over in the summer, but he had been injured ever since they signed him. So, finally we get to see this player hopefully this weekend. Fantasy owners, not saying obviously he's a player you'd pick up, but I think if he comes into the fold, he could take away some game time from some of the other attackers, So let's watch that. Christopher Ayer still out for the game. Not a long one, but he is still out. Everton fitness update. Dwight McNeil has come through really well. Really good week. Jared Brantwaite has trained after settling things down, so we'll see how he responds overnight. We're hopeful that he should be okay. So they look like they're having some players back. Broha, always injured, still injured right now for them. Never even remember that he's there. And yes, so that's about them. Injury update. Seamus Coleman, Jimmy Garner. Yeah, we're not use none of them baller there. So Guardiola and Kovacic's injury, people. So another person down for Manchester City. It will be a while, 3 weeks or a month, more or less. So that's not good news for City, but they do have some good news. Stones and Akanji trained yesterday. Ake is coming back, and Diaz hopefully coming back soon. So looks like Stones and Akanji, the pluses, Ake and Diaz, and now Kovacic out. So that's not very good there. This is they're having some issues with injuries for this season, though, to be honest. It's crazy. So let's see what he had to say about facing Spurs. Tough game. It always has been with Ange. We have to break the situation and start to win games. When you are here 8 or 9 years, you live all the scenarios and situations. You are able to lose 4 games in a row. At the same time, you are able to win 4 Premier Leagues in a row. The difference is most teams are able to lose 4 in a row in different competitions, but just one team won 4 Premier Leagues in a row. Both sides of the coin can happen. So Guardiola talking his shit, basically. The man have the best comebacks ever. You can't say nothing. Okay, reach home, so you're there. All right, cool. So Demo say him there. Big up. Yeah, man, in a size. Same thing we say. Jota out, RR. Elliot out. Allison out. Van Dijk, okay. Yeah, that you missed the Liverpool segment. We just scroll past it. fully Chelsea games, birds. Yeah, I big up yourself, game birds. Yeah, man. Christmas stretch, man. This is where we separate the men from the boys. You know, all them bunch up team, yeah. You gotta start some separation up at the top now. You need players at the top of their game. Every time you play City, particularly at their place, they've got an incredible record at home, and it's a great challenge. Every time we play them, it's a great chance for us to match ourselves against the best teams. They're going through a difficult spell, but that's not going to last long, and we've got to be ready for that. Romero won't be right for tomorrow. We're hoping he's all right for next week. The ones who were out before are still out. And a lot of teams suffering with the injury them. City have got an imposing record at their place. Those 4 losses have all been away from home. It's a great test and challenge for us to go there and disrupt things again and put some pressure on them. It will never be an easy task. Okay, there you go. Update on Van de Ven. Taking appropriate steps. Don't look like he's really coming back anytime soon. Said them want to handle it with kid gloves. All right, Arteta now. Big Ben White news. So Ben White going to be out for months. Unfortunately, it's been different kinds of struggles, never the same thing. We had to make a decision. It hasn't been improving in the last few weeks. We know Ben going to push every boundary, but it got to a point where we had to protect the player. We decided to do surgery. He agreed with that, and that's going to keep him out for a few months. We have to see how he reacts post-surgery. I don't expect it to be half a year, but I can't say exactly how long it will be. So that don't sound very promising for Ben White. He's definitely going to be out for a long stretch. I think the next international window is like in March. Sounds like that would be around the time when you would think about having Ben White at least back on the pitch running and everything. So probably going to be an extended time. I would say him said not 6 months. So I would say 3 to 4 months maybe. Sound realistic based on what I'm hearing. So not the best news. Obviously, Ben been a part of the team for a while now and pretty much don't really miss games. So if he went under the knife, you know, something really are going. Bournemouth with the team news. Everyone who went with their teams has come back available and healthy. Semenyo is similar to Milos. They are young and playing a lot of minutes. I think it's kind of a tendonitis issue. It's the only time he had to get treatment to try and solve a more chronic issue. I think they can continue playing with this. I hope it becomes better and better. I hope they can both play tomorrow. So, Iraola, I think if them 2 players can run, you're going to put them on the field. So, don't get worried if you own those players in fantasy. I don't think them going to play. Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice had their first partial sessions back today. They did very well. Calafiori has trained. His rehab has gone really well. This week he trained on the pitch. He trained with us today and he'll be back in the squad. Tierney's not ready. And Tomiyasu is going to be a little while yet. So, Tomiyasu basically stuck on the injury table. Crystal Palace say Will Hughes will be back after suspension. Richards is available. Lerma is back and available. Cheek Doucouré is ready to start after 2 weeks of very good training. Eze would like to be involved in tomorrow's game, but I've taken the decision not to take him with us to Villa. It's a little bit too risky. He trained during the week, but it's too near to when it happened. And when you see our schedule, we can't take any risks. So all you owners of Eze are thinking about picking up Eze again. Not quite time yet, people. Man said the club is bigger than expected. A lot of departments. So different to sporting. This is a global club. There's so much to do, not just coaching the team. I have a lot to do, but I have a lot of help, a lot of meetings. So I'm improving in these areas. I feel very happy and very comfortable, so I feel at home. So that's like 2 different things. The man said the club is so big, he never realized all these things. Then him say him feel at home. Kirkes to LFC, come on, bro. And Shirky too. I know. All right. Some viral video I make you buy them. Cool. Well, Kirk is a put in the work still. A little bit of a dreamer. I believe in myself, but also the club. We have the same mindset. That can help. I truly believe in the players. I know that you guys do not. We have room to improve. I want to try new things. You guys think it is not possible. I think it is possible. We will see in the end. All right. him say, I don't know about repair, but we have space to grow as a team. We have to improve in a lot of areas in the understanding of the game. I know it's a different way of playing, and we are changing our way of playing in the middle of the season. We have to improve the physical aspect of the team. I do not know how long it will take. I know you have to win games at Man United, so I will not tell you that I need a lot of time. Of course, we need a lot of time because it is the strongest league in the world, and we have to improve a lot to try to win it. We have to win games to win time and then to win titles. All right. So I'm talking more about time. Same talk to Mourinho. Yeah, so where Man United must improve. Him say we lose the ball too often. We have to keep the ball. We have to be better on running back. I think that is clear for everybody. We need to be better on the details. We need to be better on the small things. I think I can help a lot with these players. So what to expect? As a coach, you have to choose one way or another. I always 100% do it our way. I prefer to risk, but push in the first moment. Since the first moment, I believe so much in our way of playing, there's no second way. We will adapt some players because we don't have the right profiles, as this squad was set up for a different system. When you see the team on Sunday, it will be similar players, but in the game, it will be different. All right. Tomiyasu. Lopetegui still surviving over there at West Ham. We have a little problem with two players, but we'll have to check tomorrow. Hope they're going to be ready for Monday's challenge. Fulkrug is out still, improving, but he's not ready for Newcastle. Yeah, him says just small injuries right now. Lukic and Vinicius are available, whether it is in the squad list or in the starting 11. We are going to decide. It's nice to see both back. Only bad news is Harrison Reed. Yesterday, he got an injury in his knee. He's going to need surgery. Whoa. So that's not good. So Wolves team news, a few to check on, but hopeful. Confident we'll be able to name a strong team. Santiago Bueno and Pedro Lima look like the two that are doubts, but everybody else seems to be all right. Ipswich team news, George Hurst out for a while. Calvin Phillips assessed. So he might not be available. Everybody else good over there. Aston Villa Emery. Same have injuries, tomorrow Kanza, Onana, Kamara, and Ramsey. We are adding other players after small injuries like Cash and Ross Barkley in the squad for tomorrow. So Kanza and Onana both have small injuries and they have to rest and recover. Each day is very important. Tomorrow they are not available. Maybe they could come back in the next match. But we have to focus with the players we have now. So Kanza and Onana people out of the Villa squad for the match tomorrow against Palace. So Lopetegui talking about his job being on the line, which it definitely is. I think that's pretty much it from all the press conference them today. Yeah. These are all articles. Yeah. So that is it, people, for that. So let's get out of here. All right. Let's get now to the fixtures, then, people. You know, it's time for the fixtures. So I really didn't even have to come out of that, actually. Let's share that again. Make sure not smash the like button, people. I'm saying about 20 odd in here, so at least we should have about 25 likes by now. Because I know people forward and left out and forward, and you know the thing go. All right, so the first game, people, Leicester versus Chelsea. Leicester versus Chelsea at the King Power Stadium. All right, so let's have a look at the standings for the two teams. Chelsea in third right now, 19 points. Grouped up with that bunch in 19 right there. Plus 8 goal difference. So they have the superior goal difference of all those teams at 19 points. So they are in third position. Leicester City currently in 15th with 10 points after 11 matches with a -7 goal difference. So, of course, Leicester was in the championship last season. So, the last time they played in the Prem, Chelsea did a double over them, 2-1, and in the corresponding fixture, 3-1 in March of 2023. Leicester's recent fixtures, as you can see on the left-hand side here, They have a draw. They have a win over Bournemouth, a win over Southampton. So a good 2-week stretch there that got them some points. Then they lost to Forest. They drew with Ipswich, and then they got 3-0 in Rood's last game before that international window at Old Trafford. And when you look at Chelsea's recent form, they had a draw with Forest, lost 2-1 to Liverpool, beat Newcastle 2-1, drew with United 1-1, and drew with Arsenal 1-1 as well. So just to refresh our memories, how the teams looked on their last outings. This was Leicester's lineup that faced Ruud van Nistelrooy's Manchester United in their last match. Hermansen was, I wouldn't say been a revelation, but he's been a really good keeper for them in the Premier League this season. James Justin and Christensen as the fullbacks. Then you have Fass and Vestergaard as your centre backs in midfield. Ndidi, Winks, and Samari. So, sometimes you see them play a double pivot with a more attacking midfielder. This looked like they just went with a 3 in midfield. And then you have the forward line of Fatawu, who sadly is out with an ACL injury for the rest of the season. Jordan Ayew, who might not be available to start tomorrow, and Bonanate, who is actually going to be suspended due to yellow card accumulation. So they are going to be down bad in the forward areas. They do have Hudson Edward, Steffi Mavididi, Bobby Reed. Sounds like he's going to be a game time decision as long as he can get through. If he got through the session today without that cut opening up, maybe they'll have to actually put Bobby Reed in this lineup because, as I said, Jordan Ayew, touch and go, might not play. Fatawu out for the season. Bonanate suspended. So that's basically a front three from the last game gone. And as I'm looking on the bench here, they have Makatir, Mavididi, or Edward. So that could be the starting three if all three of those players can't play. And I know Vardy is potentially back. So they'll get some reinforcements. But again, that was Leicester's team, and they're going to miss some of that team in this next game. Then when we look back at Chelsea's lineup that faced Arsenal at the bridge last week, this was how they started out. Sanchez in goal, Cucurella and Gusto as the fullbacks, Colwill and Fofana. That's been pretty much the settled back line for the season when everybody is fit that I've seen. I guess you could argue Reece James maybe could be there over Gusto, but I think Gusto has been much more consistent and better, honestly. Pedro Neto looks like he has earned his place over on the right side. We're hearing rumblings that there's issues with Sancho already. I don't know how true that is, but a lot of times where there's smoke, there's fire with these things. Pedro Neto and Madueke looks like the starters right now. Then you have Cole Palmer, of course, and then you have that double pivot, which is very dangerous, I think. Caicedo and Lavia. I think that's really the strength of the team right there, as well as the forward, Nicholas Jackson, who many were laughing at last season, and I kept telling people it's in first season, people, and the man is putting up numbers in the first season. So it normally only gets better from here. And yeah, he's doing pretty well this season as well. So that is probably going to be the lineup as long as everybody's fit, I would think, for Chelsea. I don't really see much changing. I think the coach has kind of settled and realized, okay, this is my starting 11 in the Premier League. Now, of course, João Felix had a good international window, putting up numbers in the Conference League when they play in that league. And Kunku had a decent window for France as well. So, they have players in reserve that can do the thing. I think Mudryk might have scored in international window if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it's it's a lot of firepower over there at Chelsea in the attacking areas. And for me, the only thing really holding them back is how consistent can this unit be right here. The goalkeeper, who you have seen have really good games in the league this year and really poor ones. Cucurella, probably the most consistent of all four defenders, but then Colwill, Fofana, Gusto, that level of performance tends to vary with those three players. So I think that might hold them back a bit. In the January window, maybe it's just crazy to say they're going to buy more people, but I do think they can use another defender or two, just to shore up things. But I don't really want them to do any better, so hopefully they don't do anything. But if I'm being honest here and I'm just predicting this game, I must say that I really and truly believe that Chelsea is going to have too much firepower on the day for them. So I'm going to say Because it's after the break and it's the first kickoff, I don't think they'll score a bag of goal, but I think they'll win the game. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet though, because I just feel like, I just don't think so. I'm gonna say Leicester get 1 and Chelsea get 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 Leicester. 3-1 Leicester. So let's check in with the comment section. I'm sure now drop on the comments with the score line. Chelsea 4-1 said Demo. All right, so I'm going one more. I agree with the winner though. RR agree with Demo 4-1. All right. So wait, I'm for change the score. RR. All right. So RR said no. Him no want have the same score. 3-2 him said. Can't believe Reece James versus Trent was a debate. That man only ever had one great season and then hospital after. Such a wasted talent. Yes, I mean, he has a lot of talent for real. But the man, I don't know, maybe, I don't want to speculate, but I wonder if him work hard enough, because even the coach, the coach had some words to say about him, like, him don't realize how good him is, and we really need him to be more of a leader, and I'm just thinking, okay, the man forward, and like he must say, yo, I thought this guy was like the man, the captain, the young guy who's the captain for the team. Like, what's going on? So I wonder if him if him work the hardest, you know what I'm saying? Trying to start him, I block it in my location. Hold on, I think we can play that hard there. And man, I want to take my little funding, I watch the goal now though, Chris. Oh, what a strike. What a strike. And take that out of the air. Neatly. So the second one. Bomba! Yeah, the man scored 2 big goals. And him do it against Watford too, I know that sweet him. Rooney believe in your youth. I wonder if Jamaica needs to believe in your next. Red Skull said 3-2. Alright, Red Skull, I got it. Did you watch? No, I never watched it, but I just watched the highlight. Yes, but change it, but change it. More rested players on the lower team on the table. So after each break, top 6 get a surprise hit. That's a good way to look on it still. That's why Arsenal never send nobody. Andre Gray is the most clinical finisher Jamaica have right now. That's why out of all strikers, he scored the most goals at club level. Yeah, the stats really tell that story still, Okay. All right, no problem, RR. So it wasn't just Demo, it was a pre the next way. All right, so let's go back to the fixtures. That's the Chelsea Leicester preview and prediction. Duke, when I see a score, so make we know. All right, so the next game, people, I never set this up like this. It's just the next one, all right? Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. So look at that, people. Look at how close Nottingham Forest is. And if you look at even last season, 2-1, 2-1, 2 tough game. We beat them, what name? Our knee, the man go for kill we. Him forward off of the bench. I think it's this game him come on and score. Yeah, man. Him score late, but before that him a kill we. And look how long it take to get goal. 65. Yeah. Gabriel Jesus. We must see last time him scored that before the other day. See there? 2 games them him score power. Tell him, man. So anyway, we're hosting them tomorrow. at the Emirates. As you can see, we're basically right there beside each other, almost identical, +6, +5. Last 5 games for Arsenal, 3-1 win over Southampton, then it got ugly. So we lost 2-0 to Bournemouth, draw 2-2 with Liverpool, 1-0 loss to Newcastle, and then a 1-1 draw at the Bridge. Then if you look at Forest's recent form, 1-1 with Chelsea, 1-0 over Palace, 3-1 over Leicester, 3-0 over West Ham, and then they lost 3-1 last week to Newcastle to kind of bring them back down to earth a bit at home. So let's see how Forest ran out in this game. Recently they had a few injuries. I thought they would struggle a bit more without Gibbs White, but I think Anderson did a really good job, filling in for him. Murillo and Milenkovic and Aina and Moreno have been a very solid back four. I think that's a part of the reason why they have been able to get 19 points so far this season, as well as, of course, Chris Wood being clinical in front of goal. Matt Sells has been solid as well in the goal as well. Then you have midfielders, Hudson-Odoi and Alanga typically are the ones that you see starting. In this particular game, Dominguez, Gibbs White, and Yates were in the central areas, and then they had the two wingers, and then you had Chris Wood as the forward. Jota Silva has been a player that the coach has used off the bench a lot in games. You see him forwarding earlier and earlier as well. Last week it was 59th minute, or not last week, but the last game. Elliot Anderson as well, as I said, played really well in the absence of Morgan Gibbs-White. So yeah, I mean, they have enough pieces where, you can see why they're able to get points. They have a solid foundation. Their coach is a coach that usually is very stingy. Conceding 3 goals was very rare for them last week. But Newcastle was able to, find the spaces, exploit the spaces, and for whatever reason, Forest just didn't put a good game together in that game. So, is that just a blip for them, or is that 3-1 more indicative of what we might see from Forest, over the 38-game season? Is this a team that really and truly can challenge these teams in the Premier League and be in and around that top 4, top 6 battle all year? I think, as I said, this Christmas period will probably separate the big teams from the smaller teams, I think. Once we get into this stretch where there's no international breaks, yes, there'll be those random FA Cup weekends that start up, but that won't be until January. So, really and truly, it's a stretch of Premier League and European games for those in Europe. So, I think there's going to start to be a separation between the teams. And we'll see if some of these teams that have had better starts than maybe some of the pundits and the fans would have predicted, if they stick around. Let's see, Arsenal and Chelsea. Of course, Martinelli was the one getting on the score sheet last time from an Odegaard assist. Very, very happy to see him back. Did not go on international duty. Should be fit to play, so that is a wonderful thing. David Raya now playing for Spain pretty regularly. Started one of the 2 games, rested in the second, so that was perfect. Thank you, Spain. Saliba and Magalhaes should both be okay. I know Magalhaes played 2 games over there, but I mean, he's like a warrior. If he's able to play, he will be on the field. Ben White, obviously, the obvious one that won't be playing. So I think that Timber will go back to his more natural right back spot, and the likes of Calafiori will step right back into the starting lineup. I don't think he will go with Zinchenko in the game tomorrow. But, Arteta has done strange things, so we'll see. I think it will be Calafiori, but let's see. Then in midfield, I don't expect much of a difference here. The only thing that might happen, we might see Marino from the start just to kind of keep Declan Rice. We do have a big game in the Champions League away to Sporting, what I think will be our toughest game out of a lot of the games that we have coming up, to be honest. So, of course, they don't have the manager anymore, but they still have the players. So, and that stadium is a crazy stadium to go get a result in. So, I think Marino will start, as I know he started the first game for Spain, played really well, played 90 minutes, and then in the second game he was rested, didn't play at all. So, thank you again to Spain for playing the player in the first one, giving him that second game to rest. But I think it will be Marino, Odegaard, and Partey. I think Marino has struggled in the midfield sometimes this season, but I think because it's been him, Partey, and Rice almost every time he's played midfield for Arsenal, I just expect that when Odegaard is playing, first and foremost, he'll have more space, and secondly, he'll just have another player with a similar type of wavelength and IQ, where he can maybe play the ball off of a little bit more, get more involved. Even in the cameo that we saw in the Chelsea game last week, it was probably one of the best minutes of our spell on the pitch he had. And I think a big part of that was with Odegaard on the pitch. Then the forward line, Saka style, almost can't play start the game. Martinelli did play in the window for Brazil, but I think he came back just fine. I didn't hear him mentioned at all. Trossard is the one kind of carrying a knock, so I would expect Martinelli. I think this forward line will be the same tomorrow. So yeah, if you're wondering who's going to start, that is my predicted 11 for Arsenal. But let's get down to the predicting of the game, people. So the title or the headline tonight is Cannon fixed with a question mark. And while I don't believe that the cannon is fully firing or will be fully firing tomorrow, I do have a feeling like this international break came at a really good time for Arsenal. I think we strategically held some of the players back, so they are fitter than, perhaps definitely more fit than they would have been if they did go. But the fact that they didn't go, I think that it's gonna bode well for them. I like the fact that my defenders though did play 2 games because I want them to stay sharp. Obviously, defending, not that it's easier, but I would say they maybe don't cover as much distance as other players on the pitch, so it's okay. But yeah, for me, I think Arsenal, for the first in a while, we've had a long stretch of games where we haven't kept a clean sheet, and I just feel like out of everything tomorrow, the lack of goals, whatever, I think tomorrow we kind of like do everything in our power and we actually I honestly think we're going to keep a clean sheet tomorrow. Now, I wish that the goals could just fly in from all over, but I don't think we're quite there yet, even with Odegaard back. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory. I think Forest just gave up 3 goals the last game as well, so I don't see them conceding 2 games in a row. I think Nuno will be really pressing upon them. They're going to probably sit in a pretty low block as well. So I think it won't be that open of a game. I think, we'll have the ball for the majority and try to pry and find the openings. Odegaard will help with that. Marino will help with that. And we just need to make sure that we're making those runs in behind to at least give them that danger, So that is my take, people. 2-0 to the Arsenal for me. It's a Tagmer and Gahad. Must-win game. I agree. It's a must-win game. We usually have a tough time after international break. That is true. I think that was the game when we draw with Leicester after the break. I think so. Game bird said 3-0 Chelsea. All right, game. I'm get you on the sheet, on the master board. How much? 3-0. You must be a Chelsea fan. Game bird said 1-1. Arsenal and Forest. At Chile there, big up yourself in a Chile. Add it to the big board. I just Chelsea Leicester game gone Chile. And now we're done at Arsenal and Forest. Okay, Chile don't see the premiums already. 1-0. NF, big artist Demo, NF. Gray was also good for Jamaica. I don't know why we just discarded him. Yeah, one time them when I get married and once a baller don't forward to one window, they're not committed ever again, So people just lose their mind. Can't lose because of war at Emirates, for real. We have a Jamaican in that team, great playing for, him we're the number 10 in bad. We attack Morgan Whittaker. Sure say I'm a Jamaican. Like positive. I mean, they try research on him, and I'm not too certain. Like, might be a next Caribbean island, but maybe you know more than me, big man. But yeah, man, from last season, they score a bag of goal. I say, Morgan Whittaker, Caribbean there somewhere, man. So me look it up, brother, and see what I'm going. I'm not too sure still. Bless up float, what go on? Will Arsenal win? Maybe, but today I feel like being a hater. So Arsenal 1-1. Don't worry, man. City game too forward down the line. Everybody can be a hater back, you know. Pristine. Oh, go on. All right, pristine. Chelsea and Leicester the first game. Here, you missed that one there. It's a 2-1 to the Gunners. Few 1. You think we need some more attacking player? Yeah, because, well, see, the thing is, you know, we have attacking players that at one time were very good and the coach not getting the best out of them. So is it that we need better attacking players or we just need the coach to get better out of the damn players we have? Because the team scored like a bag of goal last year with the same players then pretty much in attack. So what is the problem? You know? The individual performances just aren't as good. We need the ball of them that I get 90 minutes. Definitely. Do we have a lot? Do we have enough that are getting 90 minutes? That's the question. 3-0. All right. So Pristine said Chelsea had murder side tomorrow. Yeah, man, he definitely play a lot like Greenwood. I don't think he's quite as two-footed, but yeah, him run similar to him and everything. We need to strengthen up the coaching staff. We tell it. Red Skull. Okay, Red Skull did drop a 3-1. I never see it. All right, so everybody we see a drop score, I get them. Duke will send me fee one. All right, so Arsenal, please don't let me down. I beg you. All right, this is Aston Villa. Recent results and form. You see Villa in 9th, Palace in the relegation zone. Damn, I didn't predict that at all this season. You know, Eze not really firing and then got injured, so it hasn't been good. You see, Palace gave them a hot 5-0 last year. Really wasn't nothing to play for Villa, but definitely didn't want to end the season like that. And Villa won the corresponding fixture last season 3-1 in September. So Villa losing 2-0 and 4-1 in their last two games and just a draw at home with Bournemouth. So, you know, quite a uneasy run of form for Villa lately. They have fallen to 9th place, but as you can see, 18 points. So that's 1 point behind third. So there's really a logjam there from, I'd say, third to about 14th or 13th, I think. I will look at the table before we close out the show. But Crystal Palace recent form, you know, lost to Fulham, drew with Wolves, beat Tottenham, which was a good win for them, lost to Forest 1-0 and lost to Liverpool 1-0. Thought they played really well in that 1-0 loss as well. But yeah, I think Glasner, you know, just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just can't get the same click that he was getting last season. And, well, not for some reason. Olise is not there anymore, so that's a big loss. But, yeah, even the players that were with him last year, maybe not hitting the heights that they were hitting. So, you have to wonder, you know, how much of that was just Olise's presence, you know, because, you know, Eze and Mateta definitely haven't looked the same this season so far. Mateta trying to run back into form, you know, but not quite hitting the heights yet. Henderson has been decent for them in goal, though. The back three looks to be somewhat settled, but they always seem to have one player out of it missing with injury. Chris Richards finally back and available. You know, he did travel with the USA national team or back home in the squad, but never got any game against Jamaica. So, you know, was just training, keeping up his fitness. So should be good to go. I don't think they really want Klein to be playing, you know, in the back three as a center back for you know, more times than they would need to. So yeah, getting a center back fit so they can get back in this center back lineup would be helpful. I think Munoz and Mitchell definitely enjoy this system a bit more. They can attack a lot more. Gay, he was tried out as a central midfielder in the last game, which was crazy, but you know, they had a lot of injuries. They had to start the youngster Devaney as well. And then up front, they had Kamada, who got the red card, so he's out suspended. Mateta and Ismail Assar. So, you know, they had no Nketiah, they had a lot of injuries. So there were basically, 4 academy players in the team to start, in the squad for that final game before the break. But it looks like a lot of the players are coming back based on Glasner's press conference, so they should have a better complement of players to face this Villa challenge. Now, Villa look like this the last time out. We know from the press conference that they won't have Kansa and they won't have Onana. That's 2 big misses for them as far as I'm concerned. But this is how they started last week. Carlos and Pau Torres, more than likely that will be the starting centre-back pairing again with no Kansa. Then you have Kansa at right back. He'll have to be replaced. Matty Cash recently back from injury, so he should be okay to go. Digne played for France in the window, should be back fine. Didn't hear anything about him in the presser. Then you have Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, Leon Bailey, Jacob Ramsey, Ali Watkins, John Duran, of course. Every week we'll wonder, will he finally do it? Will he finally start the both of them? Looks like he's set on just one at a time. So let's see if Watkins starts or Duran. Of course, they'll have Champions League in the week, so always looking ahead at those games as well. But the challenge of Palace comes first, and for me, Aston Villa, they've had some indifferent form lately, but I still feel like at home they're just a different animal. I don't really put much stock in Crystal Palace right now, only because I think they'll need to be healthy and have the full complement of their players to be able to really have any kind of run in this league. And I just don't know if Villa away is the best fixture for you, with so many people out. So I think Villa will just turn them over just for the simple fact that they're at home. I don't think it will be as challenging as it was when they faced Bournemouth at home. So I think they'll probably run away with a victory in this one. Let's say a 2. Let's say a 2. Should I go nil? I'm going to go 2-1. Diego Carlos will make some kind of stupid mistake. I'm good for one a match. All right, let's check in with the comment section. See what I go on. Oh, Nick forward. All right, Nick. You miss few game, Nick. Leicester, Chelsea, and Arsenal, Forest. 2-2 Palace, Nick. All right. Villa 3-0. Morgan Rogers masterclass, Demo. Looking fantasy points, I see. Is need to forward at Arsenal so they can compete in Champions League, all other 3 cup trophy. I wouldn't mind Eze at Arsenal, but the only thing with Eze, brother, him lack consistency, man. Always up and down with him form. Crystal Palace hit us hard with that 1-0. So many gunners, LOL. Then Villa calmed them. It was best match day. Trump. What make you laugh when I say Trump? So RR said 2-2 as well. Pristine said 3-1 Villa. Nick said 3-1 for the Chelsea one. Red Skull said 2-2 for that one, yeah. So 2-2 seem to be popular for this Villa against Palace game, man. Had Chile said 3-1. Yeah, man, I just think Villa Park will be the difference, to be honest. 2-1 Jesus on the score sheet. A must fantasy pre. You must have him, you must pick him up in the draft league or something. If a man predict say Jesus will score, it must be FPL related. See? Yeah, man. That's why I laugh. He picked him up on the waivers, people. I'm sure nobody never have Jesus. Man, a score for about 27 years. What happened, man? I don't know. Anyway, so that is the Villa Palace breakdown and predictions. All right, now, 2 sides where I really like how them play football. Bournemouth and Brighton. That is the next fixture we're going to discuss real quick. Let's just look at the current form and whatnot. and see how the teams them looking in the league. So Brighton, another team on 19 points, just a little bit less, a little bit lower goal difference than the likes of Forest, Chelsea, and Arsenal. +4 for them, 19 points, and then Bournemouth right there in 12th. As I said, I think it goes to about 13th or 14th to 15 points. So from that 15 to 19 area, I think it's like 3 to 14th place, all bunched up right there. Brentford, before the break, got the better of Bournemouth in this game. This was a mad piece of game right here. Brentford getting all 3 goals, actually. So how it did work was it went 1-0 Bournemouth, 1-1, then 2-1 Bournemouth, then equalized right after. Wissa scored soon after that. So Brentford got the 3 goals that they needed to win that one. Brighton had a good 2-1 win over City to continue their run of form. They lost 2-1 to Liverpool, drew with Wolves 2-2, which, looking back, they probably feel disappointed, but I'm telling you, Wolves is a tough team, people. Don't watch the table. Brighton 1-0 at St. James Park. That's a very good result. And then beating Tottenham 3-2 in their home stadium. So, you beat Tottenham, you beat City, and then you draw with Wolves. That's really, that's kind of upsetting. And then look at Bournemouth. So one thing they have in common, they've both beaten City at home 2-1 recently. They beat Arsenal 2-0, 1-1 with Villa at Villa Park. Very good result. And then they lost 1-0 to Leicester at the King Power. So, Bournemouth, Brighton, I think 2 teams that, I think 4 points apart right now at this stage is probably fair. I think Bournemouth has played some good football at times. I think they are kind of having some players step up in their team, the likes of Kirkes, Semenyo becoming more and more consistent. If that end product starts to go in, people, he's going to get scary numbers. I'm telling you, he's like, in all the shooting, shots in the box, he's like top 5 in everything. So, yeah, he starts putting away some of those shots. Yeah, man, people are going to want him in their fantasy teams and everything like that. So, Bournemouth, Brighton. Interesting one. Bournemouth, Brighton. A very interesting one. I think this is going to be an exciting game. I think both teams going to score some goals. So last game, everybody was saying 2-2. I'm saying this one is going to be the Desmond. Desmond, few. RR said 1-1 for this one. Yeah, man, I think this match going to draw too. Nick said 2-2 as well. So it look like I won't get any separation. Such a nice game going for a 2-2 draw. Yeah, man. 2 teams that just play good football, man. I really like these 2 teams. So Chile, the only one going out saying it's going to be a 3-point result. So 2-1 at Chile. Red Skull said 3-2. Yeah, yo, Red Skull, to be honest. Oh, but he said Brighton though. So Brighton away getting the 3 points. All right. I was going to say 3-2 Bournemouth, but I'm going to go with the draw. I think it's going to be an exciting draw. Pristine, another one, saying that Brighton will get the job done. So nobody now rate Bournemouth. Wow. Don't disrespect Bournemouth, All right. See the game, birds. I rate that. I don't want it to look like we don't know ball. Bournemouth forget to vote our few, man. Come on. Best team so far. What the best team so far? Brighton? Or in terms of just ball game and playing? It's a good argument to be had. Who is playing? All right. Give me some names, people. We're gonna do a poll while we do the something there. Give me some. All right. Name your 4. Who playing the most attractive football this season in EPL? That's the question. So, I say I vote for Brighton. Who else will I vote for? Liverpool, because they lead the league. We have vote for City. And give me our next team, people. Let's start with the team at the top of the table. So, anybody disagree with City being in the most attractive? Brighton, Bournemouth, Liverpool, City. That's fair. Bournemouth play some good ball for real, you know. All right, start the poll. Start the poll. I'm not even gonna be biased. Arsenal don't deserve for day in that. Not this season. Not yet, at least. Eddie said Brighton. Big up Eddie. What go on? All right. Yo, I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened a while ago, but we are back, people. Thank you for sending that text, Nick. Come with a day I chat forever to myself. Yeah, I put them on there, but I shouldn't have. All right, so Duka play. Duka send in everything one time. Pick 5, pick 6. But I'm gonna read so far, Duke. But thanks same way. 3-0. I like your Arsenal pick this week. That's good. Villa 2-1. And Brighton Brentford 1-1. Duke look like he might try win. Man saying everything. 1-0 Fulham, him say. All right, cool. So we get Duke picks out of the way. Big up yourself, Duke. You must be busy in the night. Yeah. Take care of your woman. Brighton just have key player them this season will play a ball game. Okay. And I like the whole team I do them thing. I wouldn't agree with that still. Enough ball up on Brighton. The boy Baleba bad. The brother Hinso would have baller too. Yeah, man, I have enough baller, man. And new baller for next year. We are talking about Reggae Boys baller them? No, not really still. Same one them we always hear about. Nobody new. Yeah, man. Bournemouth play some nice football, man. I like them. Good team, good coach. Another Basque coach. All right, so Everton Brentford, me never get a score though. I try to figure out if the farm going to hold up, All right, you see like how Brentford can't win away, but them score a goal, and them play a team where allow enough goal. I go for a shock. I go for a shocker. No. I'm going to say 2-1 Brentford, sorry. 2-1 Brentford. I'm going to break the curse. I'm going to break the away from home curse. 2-1. 2-1 Brentford. So Everton Brentford people, make you know. Make you know people, Everton Brentford. I don't want about the quick view. Brentford. Alright, see cheat sheet there. Recent farm, everything. Everything I want. Pristine said 1-0 to Brentford. Alright, Pristine. Hopefully a pick Pristine. Brentford 3-1. Neverton 3-1 Bees. So the Liverpoolians not giving the Evertonians a chance. Actually say 1-1. Yeah, that boy actually, I was literally going to say that. Yo, Red Skull, it was either 2-1 Everton or 2-1 Brentford, And I feel like it's just, I don't know is what. I just feel like my trust Wissa and Mbeumo them more for score 2 goals, Me not trust McNeil can set 2 goals still, But Calvert-Lewin might miss both of them. That's the thing. And then better forward and score a big goal. And then when VAR check it, him offside. So Everton just is Everton, Me not see RR. RR drop a score. Oh, see him there? Brentford 2. So I must 2 love you mean then. Alright, I'll say a word RR. Pin up clean sheet. And Jamaican fans, no bother with it. The man, yo, I just can't deal with it. I just wish every Jamaican fan could have watched this right now and say, yo, that is true. NDI, big baller. Big baller. It was wicked for Marseille last year. And he was so wicked for it was Stoke City team did they? Me then in a championship I play for one of them red team there, I don't know why I want to say it was Stoke. Can't remember. But before Marseille, I think he was at like Stoke. But believe me, that brother there baller for true. Good baller that man. Game bird said 2-1. Alright, so most of the people I'm going for the Brentford win. We had Red Skull. I think Red Skull was the only one to Everton going to win. So Red Skull, that could be the difference in your picks this week. Being the champion or the what you don't want to be, which is the donkey. But we shall see. Time will tell. Alright, so one more 10 o'clock match. So we have some good match at 10 o'clock, Arsenal Forest, Bournemouth Brighton. And I think this game as well will be some good football because Fulham, don't sleep on Fulham as a football team either, Beer technical players then full up the team with now. So Fulham and Wolves, obviously the table there's a wide gap, but I think these two teams are very, very similar. I think the difference with these two teams right now, Fulham have a much more settled back line. Wolves can't really get them players fit. Now they're finally coming back, Sesemedo back, Aït-Nouri back. They're getting more healthy in the centre back area as well. But I think Fulham just might have a little bit better players on the back line, overall. So I think that's the main difference now. Some stability has come to the goalkeeping situation though, because a few years ago when Wolves was making that push, had a good season, flirting with the top half and everything at the table. Jose Sa was a big part of that. He lost his place, I think, last season. Was not starting this season early, but since he has started to play games, you have seen them start to get more points. I think the first game he played was that City game, And even in that game, he kept really well. Then they drew with Brighton 2-2, drew with Palace 2-2, and then they kept a clean sheet. I think it's the first time this season they keep a clean sheet. That 2-0 game against Southampton. Fulham also went into the international window keeping a clean sheet, but they were away to Crystal Palace. Really good performance from them. Again, the ex-Arsenal players pretty much carrying the team. If you look at this lineup now, it's a who's who of the Hale End Academy. So you have in the Fulham team right now, Byrne Leno, not Hale End, but Arsenal. Then you have Bassi and Anderson in the back line. I think that's a very good pairing there, good strength. I think one of them read the game, the other one use him strength and power, even though Anderson is not a weak player either. Then you have Tete. He has taken over that role. You know, they had signed Castagne from Leicester City, but Tete has really been the one to stake his claim to keep that spot. And Anthony Robinson, probably one of the most improved players. If you look at like the last 5 years of football, Anthony Robinson to me is like, I don't know, 50 times better than what he was 5 years ago. So his development as a player, you know, from his, you know, early 20s all the way up into his late 20s now is quite remarkable, honestly, people. He's gotten so much better as a footballer. It's crazy. The midfield, Sanderberg and Pereira typically play deeper in the midfield. Then you had the Hale End trident, you know. You have Emil Smith-Rowe in the center attacking midfield area. Then you have Reece Nelson one side, Iwobi one side. The great thing about this is, you know, while Nelson pretty much tends to stay in that wider area, Iwobi and Smith-Rowe constantly interchanging. So you might see Smith-Rowe wide, you might see Iwobi more central, you might see both of them central, leaving space for the fullback to attack. So yeah, there's a nice chemistry between the players, obviously, because they had played years with each other. And then I think, honestly, one of the biggest reasons for the rise in points and form for Fulham has been the re-emergence and resurgence of Raul Jimenez. Always a player that you know can give you goals in stretches, and they're definitely making the most of this stretch for him. He has taken his form over to Mexico as well, doing well for the national team in the last couple of windows. So he looks to really be back to the levels that he was hitting with Wolves before he had that tragic injury where he clashed heads with David Luiz. I think that took him a long time to get back his mentality as a striker. You know, you can wear a bandage on your head, but if you're not in the right frame of mind to go and attack the ball in the air, it's just not going to work. So I think he just had to get over that, play some games with the bandage, and just, you know, start playing again. And I think he's finally over all that stuff and back to his best. I had high hopes for Muniz this season going into the season, but the coach has to play Jimenez. I mean, he's just on fire right now, just playing really well. Adama Traore started out the season starting, but looks like he might be leaning more towards Reece Nelson lately. Harry Wilson, you know, has an argument to start. I think he's 2 games on the bounce now. He scored off the bench. So yeah, he's taking his claim to start, but let's see what they go with. I think if you have Fulham players in your FPL, that's the one thing. If they're wingers, you know, not really sure what he's gonna go with. If you have Traore, Harry Wilson, Reece Nelson, most people have Emil Smith-Rowe, mainly because you know I think he's probably gonna have the most fantasy points out of all those players. But the second reason is there's really not there's not a player like pushing him for his place. If he's fit, he's gonna start in that role behind the striker. So yeah, he's a good fantasy pickup for the value. Definitely a lower priced midfielder that definitely is putting up some decent figures. So that is the Fulham team that they started with last week. Now let's look at Wolves. This is a team that I'm telling you, they could have easily been in the poll tonight. Play some really good football. They have raided Brazil's national team for midfielders. So they have João Gomes. They recently picked up Andre as well, who didn't get a game last time, but he's also a Brazil national team player in the midfield. Mateus Cunha. I don't know how this man never get called up to play for Brazil in this last window. He's one of the best strikers they have in the world right now, or whatever you want to call him, roaming forwards. Jurgen Strand Larson, people were laughing at me, telling me he's good for nothing and big. Lately has been scoring some goals, having some better game play in the game as well. And he's not just a big, clumsy striker either. Has decent first touch as well. You know, if you're a striker in La Liga leading the line, you're going to have touch. So, you know, I don't know why people didn't think he would have. And then Pablo Sarabia, this is a player that I was always asking why. He was just chained down to the bench for like the first, I don't know how long, 8-9 weeks of the season. finally he's back in the team. Look at him scoring a goal already. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, for whatever reason, they haven't been able to get the right balance with the starting lineups. I think this team right here, if I'm being honest, this is probably the strongest they could put out in terms of the midfield and the forward for me. Now, defensively, I think Bueno is going to be a game time thing, but Dawson and Bueno played in the middle, and then you had Semedo and Totti Gomez. The reason why I like this system a lot too is, you know, Ed Nori pretty much is going to attack anyway. So when you put him in left back, and it kind of leaves your defense exposed, you don't have the best defenders. You know, numbers are always going to be better than just leaving it for 3 defenders, right? So, you know, I think that the balance is a bit better when they go with this 4-5-1 as opposed to the 3-5 or even the 4-2-3-1. So hopefully they keep this system right here. Give Cunha the license to roam. Sarabia can start in wide areas but roam as well. And then you have that base of Lemina and Gomez. And you know Cunha is going to help out. He's not a player that just wants to attack. He'll drop back and help as well. So they have a pretty decent setup. I like their team. I like their coach as well, O'Neill. So yeah, can you tell people I like Wolves somehow? They're 19th, but I still feel like they're a good side. Now, are they good enough to travel to Fulham and get the result at the Cottage? That's a question that we're going to answer now with these predictions. So, yeah, after the break, let's see. The Brazilians had to travel, some of them. Cunha didn't, though. I think the usual suspect score, you know, how much jet lag is there for the Mexican traveling and playing some tough games. You know, of course, they got 3-0 in the first game, and then, well, no, what was it? It was 2-0 in the first game, and then they won 4-0 in the next one. So, yeah, they put on a marker there in the second game. I think he had a brace in that second game to take them to the semi-final. So, Jimenez on fire. Does that hurt him that he traveled, though? Cunha never travel and him travel. This game going draw. Like I said, 1-1. Fulham and Wolves going draw 1-1. That is my score. That is my score. Yeah, that's true. But remember, them never win against West Ham. Them have to send message. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. He was at Sheffield. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, one of them red side, them, man. And I didn't think it was Stoke either, you know, so I never really say it definitively. But I can remember it was a red side. So thanks for that, Chris. Brent frontline on form. Yeah, man, they are. Robinson must improve. Oh, most improved. 3. So you're saying 3-0 to Fulham? Damn. You know, rate my side after my speech about Wolves. Demo said 2-2. Yeah, man, Mas. You miss more side. But I figure you're going to just send forward it in a Discord. But you can drop them here if you want. Fulham 1-0. Yeah, because the people them. Fulham 2-0. So it look like Fulham. Everybody I say Fulham. Harry Wilson. 1 Liverpool ball I could have said talk about it. Yeah, he did score for Wales as well. That's true. Nick agree with me, say 1-1. Harry Wilson on fire right now, man. Fulham 3-1. But watch him still bench tomorrow. Fulham 2-1. You better use Reece Nelson now, coach, because him soon start forward at Jamaica every break, you know. Wishful thinking still. I don't have no evidence of that, people. I'm just joking. All right, so let's forward now to the last game of Saturday, people, and it is a big one and a good one. So this one is at the Etihad. A rejuvenated Manchester City. Their boss of all bosses has re-upped his contract. As you see last season, this was one of the best games in the Prem. It was a 3-3. I remember this fixture actually. I think it was on a weekend when Julie had a tournament. And I remember watching this game at a restaurant in between our 2 games them on the Sunday. They met the final, so we never leave town. We sit down in the place and I watch the game. And I was like going crazy because it was madness. Obviously, I'm rooting against Manchester City on the day. And when Grealish scored this goal, I remember I nearly broke the glass because me did knock the table and it go for bounce off and I catch it. And then Tottenham equalize. Made my whole entire day. Yeah, man. So that was a very good game. I remember that game actually, that 3-3. And then in the return game in the end of the season, of course, it's the end of the season. So Manchester City won that one 2-0. But this year, City in second place, 23 points. Of course, the big talking point for City, last two games, identical 2-1 losses away from home. But at the Etihad so far, their last two at the Etihad, they won 1-0 against Southampton at the most convincing, but they missed like 77 million chances in that game. And Man City beat Fulham 3-2. That was actually a game that Fulham should have won, like 5-3. But yeah, that's another day. Adama Traore just never feel like score. I remember after that game, Pep stand up and I coached the man to rat. Didn't feel so sorry for him. And then Wolves and City. That was a good game for Wolves as well, but they couldn't get over the line. 2-1 City ended up beating them in that one. Then you have Tottenham with that poor result last before the window. 2-1 loss at home to Ipswich. They were down 2-0 in the first half. Tried the comeback, but it didn't quite work out for them. Before the game before that, they had a great result, 4-1 against Villa. They lost away to Palace 1-0. They beat West Ham 4-1, and then they lost away to Brighton. Actually, a good game by them, just a good game overall, but they lost 3-2 in that one. 2 late goals for Brighton did them in there. So, Spurs, Jekyll and Hyde type of team, to be honest. You don't know what kind of performance or what you're going to get. One thing that's bad for them, I think they are not quite as good without Van de Ven in the back line. I think he saves them a lot with the way they play the high line. They don't really have a type of athlete to, make up for how high their line is at times. And then the experience and just the know-how of Romero might be missing as well, or will be missing as well, based on what the coach said. So yeah, it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be Dragosine and Ben Davies probably, and that's quite a drop off from Romero and Van de Ven. So for all of those reasons, and the fact that City is just like kind of needs a win at this point, I don't see Spurs getting anything out of this game. Now, the only thing giving me hope is the midfield area is very light for City right now. Gundo and Bernardo really the only recognized players that can play deep in that midfield. But let's just take a look at how they lined up last time before the break. Manchester City, that is, they played a 4-1-4-1. Simpson Pusey probably won't have to start anymore. I think Stones and Akanji back in training, so I would think one of them would be back. Vardiol in this game actually still played left back. Lewis was at right back, and Walker actually played center back with Pusey in this one. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Do they stick with Walker at center back and just play one of Akanji and Stones with him, or the fact that they don't have a central midfielder? Do we see Stones go play midfield since he's fit? So there's a lot of things that we need to see. What he'll go with. Nunes has been playing basically one of the wide roles. Will he have to drop into midfield because they just don't have the numbers there? But yeah, I'm not really feeling sorry for them, but I'm just kind of curious what they're gonna do. Now, the best sign for them, De Bruyne played in the last game, right? And he had an international break after that. So Kevin De Bruyne could very well start this game tomorrow, people. You never know. Bernardo Silva, he should be back starting tomorrow if all went well with him, and I didn't hear about anything. And we might get to see young Nico O'Reilly in midfield. You never know. I mean, he gives chances to these players. They are good enough. When you see them playing with the team, it's not like it's obvious that this player just don't play normally. These players are programmed. They know the system well. They all have clean first touch. They all know how to use space. So yeah, I just think you can't substitute some of the experience in terms of on the defensive side of things. So, even though Kovacic is not a warrior, so to speak, like Rodri is, he's extremely intelligent. So he can cover spaces pretty well. But I think the loss of him is going to really hurt. Already without Rodri, now without Kovacic. With all that being said, though, Tottenham defense is crap, and they're going to get found out tomorrow. It might have been bad timing. I have dropped Haaland from my fantasy people. I've done it. I've taken the plunge, and I might regret it tomorrow because I do think that City is going to win this game 3-1. Yeah, I think City is going to win this game 3-1, people. Vardial, the score. Red Skull saying, wish Tottenham win 2-1. All right. Well, you see like how I pick them wrong more while, but just make sure pick City for win. You know, it's reverse psychology. Demo style. 3-2. Or everybody style. Everybody do it. So 3-2 Spurs. My gosh. So 2-1 them say Spurs are win. I feel bad for all who thought Pep was leaving. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but you know, I don't put none past him. Arsenal fan rooting for Spurs is crazy. Yeah, I'm not doing it, bro. City's gonna beat Spurs. City playing at home, just like wins recently, are rare these days. City 2-1 says Nick. All right, I don't mind the 2-1. I think they're going to stretch it out a little further. The draw is not a bad call, you know, pristine. Because the two teams them might cancel each other out because City have them issues injury-wise, Spurs have them issues injury-wise. Kovacic out, KDB is back, I think. Yeah, Kovacic is out for sure for like months or a month at least. Although them trash, although them shit, hope Tottenham win. What you think of Tottenham? Don't say walk or touch feel, honestly. Yeah, man, every week you say that. Brain 2-2, heart 2-1. So City 2-1. All right. Pick with your heart, yes, youth. After all. 3-2 Spurs. Yo, Spurs is a popular pick this week. Come on, Spurs. I'm just joking, Arsenal gods. No, man, when you're watching City versus Spurs between your daughter's games. Yeah, that's true. In that moment, I was rooting for Spurs. That's not a lie. In that moment, in the heat of that game. Because if I'm not mistaken, you know, that same weekend we did drop points. Because I think that was December time. So that might have been like the weekend of Fulham. I think we did end up draw. Maybe that was earlier in the season. But for some reason, I was desperate. Or maybe we played the game on Monday that week. So I don't know. Walker against Son is giving me a headache thinking about it. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear any issues with Son. I know he went to play with his national team, but I didn't hear the coach mention him in the pre-match. So I guess he's good to go. I know he's been struggling with injuries lately. He got subbed off in one of those games. I was like almost about to cry and couldn't believe the man subbed him off, you know. But yeah, that is pretty much it, people, for the Man City and Tottenham game. I get everybody score except for RR. So I'm sure him will drop Femon soon. He said Walker against anybody is a problem. Real. All right, how we doing on time? All right, not so bad. About 30 minutes left. So let's run through the rest of the game then. I think it's just 3 game leave. So 2 on Sunday and 1 on Monday. So the first game Sunday is Southampton versus... Wait for it, people. Who is it? People them were well happy from where they are. The interim give them a strength. No, sorry. We'll skip over the league leaders. The first game is Southampton and Liverpool from St. Mary's. So Southampton, the best thing I can say about you guys, the last time you played a game in the stadium, you won. And you beat a team from Liverpool. So, hey, I mean, you've done it before. You beat a team from Liverpool at home on a Saturday. So the day starts with an S. So everything points to a Southampton win. Isn't that right? Liverpool, the last time they left their yard, they went to the Emirates and they left with a point. So they have had home cooking lately. Beat Chelsea, beat Brighton, 2 good teams, 2-1 victories, and then they beat Villa 2-0. And they went away to Palace and won 1-0. So Southampton really and truly needed that win against Everton, believe me, because that's the only 3 points they've gotten in their last 5 games. I think Ramsdale is out, so that's not good. I mean, he's been kind of keeping them in some of these fixtures lately with his saves. So, yeah, that's not a good sign. But, yeah, everybody else should be pretty much fit. They're going to need everybody else. I think Alex McCarthy, obviously a veteran, knows the league, but clearly not as good as Ramsdale currently in his career. Liverpool, I guess the only positive if you're a rival trying to see Liverpool drop some points. The only other loss they suffered this season came after an international break as well. And like I said, the team they're about to play, Southampton, the last time they played on this pitch, they were able to beat a team from Liverpool on a day that started with a S. So everything pointing towards a Southampton win. I don't think the team will change much. Of course, Trent might be saved in reserve on the bench. So you could see Connor Bradley start this one at right back. It's a tough one. Is he gonna start Robertson or Tsimikas? He's kind of played the game of one or the other in the Premier League so far. So I'll be interested to see what he thinks, because I think whichever one starts probably won't start the Madrid game. So that's interesting to watch from a Liverpool perspective. And also, if you own any of these players in FPL, it's the time of year when you have to start to really consider the midweek fixtures and everything. That's if you're, really trying to win whatever leagues you're in, right? Luis Diaz, the last time as well, one of the funny things that happened when they lost the game, I think both times after the international break, he has rested all the South American players and played the European players from the start. So I wonder if Gakpo starts because of that. I wonder if he can't really do it up front now because he has no Jota to do that with. So I'm interested to see what he does. I mean, he's going to have to play one of these South Americans. Does he decide to start Nunes? Does he play Diaz through the middle like he did in the Champions League? Does McAllister not start? Those are the questions. I think with Madrid in midweek, it might be a little more conservative as far as players that did travel from South America. I don't even think Salah went on international duty, Make sure. And one thing about Africa that I rate, they make sure that the game's usually done like a day before everywhere else. Mohamed Salah, did he go? Yeah, I didn't think so. So he didn't go to any games with Egypt. Did he retire from football? No, he played in October window for Egypt. And he played in the September window too. Okay, so he must never go this time. The man say, yo, man, take a break. I think Egypt already qualified probably, so there's really no need for him to go for those games. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see his lineup. How much of a factor will that be in the result of the game? I don't know. Because Liverpool does have a solid set of, I'd say for the most part, they have a second 11 that's pretty damn good, or at least good enough to beat Southampton. And I think, without Ramsdale there to play hero and make some crazy saves, I don't see a result being in the positive for them. And I also think that they keep that clean sheet thing going that they've been having lately, or just holding teams to, they have 2 in their last 5, so not that many, but besides Arsenal, no more than 1 goal conceded. Sunday morning, I think it's tougher than people think. 2-1 Liverpool. Yeah, I think it's tougher than people think, but Liverpool still get the result. So 2-1, I'm gonna say. Big up Richard, go on. You missed the whole of them. But you can drop your list if you want add in your picks here. Big up yourself, coach. Oh, 4-all Southampton, 2023. Yeah, man, the discard there, man. Jason Gooner TV, man. I don't really use it besides like when I do live streams, I'm gonna show the game, but some people that miss the show, them will drop them picks in there, or them just leave it in the comment section under the YouTube video. Okay, I'm see that already. CJ couldn't wait. Liverpool 3-0 say pristine. So the people them say them never need my huge build up, They have Tyler Dibbling. Yeah, he's a good baller. Him kinda look like he must go and do something for real, but him get a little quiet lately still. Yeah, man, the 4-all Southampton, they say. You don't even know if you can name one baller who scoring in that game, yeah, before we put it on this. Bombard. Oh, it was 2023. Oh, the end of 2 seasons ago. Okay, I thought it was 2003. It's a big baller Firmino. 28th of May. That's probably the last game of the season, And they were going down, relegated already. Man, them say, yo, We are go down with a fight. No, man, this was a mad game, man. Gakpo and Jota scored 2 back-to-back for make it 4-all. And then the goal them just dry up. Wow. How different was this Liverpool team? Kelleher still starting. Tsimikas, Gomez, Matip, Trent, Fabinho, Milner, Curtis Jones, Firmino, Salah. So I think Salah, Jones, and Kelleher probably the only 3 you're going to start from this team. That's crazy. 4-all, damn. Remember that game, the Demo? Easy win for Liverpool. It starts after Madrid because it's Madrid then City after that. So I think this is the last game where, and trust me, people, away to Southampton, and it might so I'm telling you, this game gonna be tougher than they think, Watch. Big up, big up. I think Salah gonna score 2 though. Liverpool 3-0. I already have that, right? No, I don't have that yet. Game Birds a 3-1. Simicas gonna play. Okay. No good baller, Probably cause you say Diblin from Southampton. Call a name where maybe everybody wouldn't kind of know. I'm not really boss out there yet. 3-1. So 3-1 seems popular. I went with 2-1, but 3-1 could have gone too. Yeah, man. No said that, man. Yeah, it was the last game of the season. Demo, I have a 6-1. Yeah, I write it, Demo. I never highlight it, but I did write it. I'm gonna get your last few. And Richard Edwards, you don't know, you missed the whole of them. So just drop the whole of them one time, or when the show done, just drop a comment and just leave the whole of them and me add you. All right. So yeah, that's the Southampton game. The other game on Sunday, right after at 11:30. This one is going to be a big one as well, because I think all fans of all teams are anxious to see how Manchester United is going to look under this manager. Now, of course, it's the first game, so you can't expect overnight, but there will be differences, I'm sure, from day one. This coach has a very, very distinct style that his teams play. So I think the key will be how quickly can he figure out which players can play the system, and how quickly he can put those players together. So I think it will be a work in progress, but I do think this initial first game, just the adrenaline of a different coach, new challenge. Don't look now, but United haven't really had that bad of a run lately. I mean, they have 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. Not the greatest, but that's better than what they were doing before. They've gone all the way up to 15 points now. So, like I said, 18 points is all the way up to 7th. So it's not that far off. If I win, some teams lose, they jump right up the table, a pretty big jump as well. So I think all these teams at that 19 to 14 area, they're just saying to themselves, okay, put together 12 points in 4 games and just see where that leave us after, Worst part about it is, if you're Arsenal, for example, you're on 19, Liverpool is on what, 27? Is that right? No. 28. How Liverpool go? 28. Yeah, 9 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, right? So we are 9 points off Liverpool. So if we got to 31, let's say, and Liverpool drop 6 points in the next 4. All right, let's be fair. Liverpool drop 5 points in the next 4. 1 draw, 1 win, or 1 draw, 2 win, and a loss, right? That's cutting into that 9-point gap. 4 points into the gap right there. So, it's not, I think people are getting a bit carried away with the distance between the teams. Like, it's just way too much football left to be played. The problem that I'm having is I don't really see enough consistency from the chasers yet to justify them going on a run. Now, Man City, obviously, we've seen them do it, but have they ever seen the type of injury crisis like this before? I don't know. And typically, it's not a player like Rodri, you know what I'm saying? So let's see how it pan out. But right now, this is about Ipswich and Man U. Ipswich recently just scraped their way out of the relegation zone with that win over Tottenham, a big scalp for them to take. They're on 8 points now, but of course, those teams right behind them are, not far off. So, not really the time to be messing around. Now, United, the key for them, what kind of team and what kind of changes, who are the players that Amorim wants, right? So this was the last team under Ruud van Nistelrooy that we saw. Onana, Mazraoui, and Dalot fullback. Then we had Martinez and De Ligt as the centre backs. Midfield, you had Rashford and Amad Diallo wide. Casemiro Ugarte deeper, and then you had Bruno Fernandes a bit higher up the field, and he started Højlund in his last game as the manager. Now, Xerxes came in the second half for Højlund. Garnacho came on early in the second half for Marcus Rashford and got a goal. And then you had Johnny Evans had to sub on for Diogo Dalot, which pushed Lisandro Martinez wide to the left. Now, we know that Amorim plays a back three system. We know that to be for sure. He's not going to change from that. That's what he does. I think that actually helps because, Lisandro Martinez, I think, is more comfortable on that left side in a three. I think De Ligt has played the three for Holland, played it for Juve as well when he was there. Mazraoui, I think, is a good hybrid defender as well that can be a wing back or the right centre back. He has the size that can do that. Or does he see Mazraoui more as a wing back and Dalot more as a wing back? And then they find a third centre back to start, whether it's Lindelof, Johnny Evans, Maguire should be back at some point. So I'm just interested to see what players he thinks are the ones he wants to go with. Is he an Ahmad fan over a Garnacho fan? Does he think that Rashford can sit on the bench like no other coach in United's history ever thought? Does he see Rashford as a striker, which is what we heard from the people watching training? So a lot of questions. I think, we'll have to see. But even though it's away, I think Ipswich away is not a terrible game to start with, in the sense that I don't think Manchester United necessarily have to play their best game possible to win. They can probably still get a result not quite clicking. But in a way, it's also the worst game to start with, because if Ruben Amorim, with all this hype, all this talk coming in, first game, a winnable game for Manchester United, they were to come in and perhaps lose, how bad would that be? And the English media love to go overboard. And so I'm just telling you, people, it's a blessing and a curse that it's Ipswich, because if they lose to Ipswich, I'm telling you, it's going to be big problems. Big problems. Day one, the memes will be flying out. United fans will be wanting to go hide somewhere. But anyway, I think United fans, you'll be okay. I think you'll be okay. I think the new manager bounce is real. I think they play a good brand of football under the manager in this first game. And I think Ipswich just do well. I think Ipswich will cause issues. I think Delap, clinical. If you give him a chance, he will score it. And Ipswich, played a good game against Tottenham. It wasn't just, Tottenham having a terrible day, even though they did not play up to their best. I thought Ipswich did well in the game, especially in the first half. They deserved the lead. So, I think Ipswich will get a goal. I don't think United will have a clean sheet. I'm tempted to go 1-1 draw, but I think the new manager bounce gets them over the line. So a 2-1 win for United away from home. That's what I will say. So Edward said 3-0 Chelsea. Easy win. Remember, it's the Tractor boys. Yeah, but the Tractor just run over Tottenham last week. Playing at Ipswich going to be tough, though. 2-1 manure. Yeah. I think it will be tough. Because them relegation team get up for the big club, them, I can say what you want about Man U in the league, but the big club, them relegation side, they will get up for them game, them, and give a fight. Red Skull say 4-1. So man say, yo, none of them Tractor boy foolishness there. Actually say 2-1 to United. Glory. Yes, I heard that Anthony was playing wing back and Rashford in the 9, but that was training when no one was there. So I don't know why they take reading so much into that. The man had to put a team out with the players that he had. When the man them forward black now, it might be different. Pristine said 2-1 Ipswich with a big smile. That would make my day still. No, sorry. May I mix up Pristine score? So Pristine agree with me, said 2-1 United. And Game Birds with a big smile said 2-1 to Ipswich. Tractor boys, what you gonna do? Can see the Anthony thing, but not so sure about Rashi. Yeah, man, me get the 3-0, Richard. Me see it. Me write it down. So Damian is back. 3-1. Leif Davis won't be at Ipswich too long. Nah. I was actually surprised that a team never snapped him up after last season in the championship. The man had like 1 million assists. Yeah, man. Damian, I bless up the chat. Long time for real, bro. A long time when I see you. 2-all. You're the only person with a range on the channel and you never hear. 2-all. So Nick say, yo, Tractor Boys, nah, ease up on Amorim in them first game, you know. Ike there. The man not say one blowout prediction but that game, and look on the foolishness for him, right? 3-0. When last United win a game 3-0? Well, him put 3 first, and Ipswich are the home team, so maybe 3-0 Ipswich, you must say, I don't know. It would be typical, I'm telling you. All right, Richard said 2-all in a Bournemouth game with that day. 2-all. All right. All right, 0-3. I knew that's what you meant, nigga. Arsenal 3-0. But Richard, you're smart. Yeah, man. You know, say I mess with you, Joe, bro. We know the thing. We know life setup. Remember, say I have 2 kids too, you know, so all them things, yeah. Right, I know. That's true. That's true. Me as a person where I want to put in the work, you know. So the work I have to put in. 2-0 Villa, him say. So the two of them say 3-0. Why? I just love punishment, you know. When the week you're done and it don't go so. Them still a turn the corner. All right, so 1 game leave for the week. So I'm going to knock out the last game. Newcastle versus West Ham. Now, West Ham people, probably one of the most disappointing teams in all 5 top five leagues. I'm telling you. I thought they would be decent. Now, they have had injuries, right? Fulkrug is out, so they don't have nobody really instead of Antonio. Kudus got a suspension the other day. All kind of things reaching this team. They bought Todibo for the back line. He's been injured in and out of the team. They bought Killman. You know, he just hasn't had any help on the back line. He hasn't really been so bad, but the team hasn't been good. But with all that said, they're on 12 points. You see how bunched up the table is. They drew with Everton. They lost 3-0 to Forest. That was like people were saying, okay, Lopetegui might be sacked on Monday. Didn't happen. He's still there. 2-1 over United, so a good result there. They got 4-1 at Spurs, and they beat Ipswich 4-1. So I think what's obvious about this West Ham team right now, kind of similar to Newcastle in the early part of the season, they can't really get results away from home, right? So 3-0 away, 4-1 away. Those were their last 2 times they left their yard to go play a match. Now they head to St. James Park, the cauldron that is St. James Park. So I don't think anything changes with this away form. Believe me, I don't think anything changes. You see, you had an exciting game last season, a 4-3. I think it will be exciting for one set of fans, and that's Newcastle. I think Newcastle win this game 3. Well, I even have a feeling say, yo, West Ham not even score, but no, I'll give them a 1 goal. 3-1 Newcastle, say. 3-1 Newcastle. Bowen probably get a 1. Or maybe Antonio, like when well rested, you know, might score a 1 goal or get an assist. Get a goal. Might get a goal goal production in this game, you know. All right, so Richard Edwards and Damien has flying the score them. So I'm gonna add them in 3-1. Arsenal Forest 3-1. Where Richard say 1-0. Me get that one there already. Boom. 2-all. All right. So next person say draw. 3-0 Liverpool, Richard. All right. Newcastle said Demo said 2-1 Castle. Lock up Demo score them. West Ham behave poor, so Newcastle will win 2-1. Yeah, I don't think they have a chance, brother. I would be shocked. But you know, there have been some shocking results. All right, Richard missed the 1-all, so I'm gonna get that one there. Everton Brentford. Damien said 2-1 Villa and Palace. Yo, respect for going in order, Damien. That's very helpful. 2-all Bournemouth and Brighton. Nick said 1-all for that game, yeah. Newcastle and West Ham. Richard Edwards reached at Newcastle, West Ham. Actually said 2-0. Game Birds. Yeah, I'm soon need for higher assistant, you know. Blood fire. 1-0. Yeah, we'll give thanks to. I saw one of the place full up and nice. So when you win the predictions on this show, you feel like you do something, you know? You do something because a whole heap of people are giving them prediction. So if you win this, you know. Fulham 2-0. All right. City 3-2 for Spurs. Who else me not catch? Game Birds. Get that already. RR gone long time. You send me it on the comments. Pristine. All right, so Pristine one lock up. So I have Nick all of the picks. We have Pristine, Actually, Game Bird, Red Skull, D Madre, Duke. Soon have Damian one. Look like I can send Fee one too. 3-2. All right, what else? Southampton 0. Liverpool 3. And Newcastle West Ham. That's all I may have leave now. So yeah, only Edwards may have missed the Ipswich Manu one. Let me see if me just miss it and you sent it already. Yes, you sent it. So that's 2-0 to Manu. All right. And then Ike, we need the whole of them, basically. And Damien said 2-0 for that one there. All right, cool. All right, well, that is it, you know. That's all the picks, you know. I'm not showing nothing about fantasy. Go because I'm not going to thief the whole of my idea them and set on the side. But I will show you guys the fantasy draft because my team already set and nobody can thief nobody from my team in that. So let's forward into the draft settings and see what I go on. So this is how actually Damien and Nick there them in my league. So we're now gonna show the crystal ball one because I'm gonna want looking at the crystal ball. So we're showing the Pickpocket FC because nobody in the league and I watch the show right now, I don't think. So this is my team, people. Let me know if I should change anything. So I start Verbruggen in goal. My other option is Dean Henderson away to Villa. I like my chances a little more with Verbruggen at Bournemouth. I think the only thing about Henderson is Villa probably give him enough shot for face. So he might get some save bonus. But I feel like Bournemouth will do the same in this game. So, but I feel like if either one going hold the score down to 1, I have more faith in Brighton defense than Palace one. So I'll stick with Verbruggen. I don't care what they tell me. Digne hosting Palace. Hopefully I can get something out of him. You know, him take a lot of the set pieces, so you have that option. And then, you know, sometimes he don't make the whole 90. So, you know, even if them concede a goal, he might still get the clean sheet. So I like that. Gabriel, you do for a set piece goal or a clean sheet. Either one of them. And if you get both of them the same day, even better. Konate, I'm just going with him just based on the opponent, and I don't really have good other options. Now, I could start Lewis Hall, you know. That's a good shout, you know. Should I start Lewis Hall over Konate? or should I start Lewis Hall over somebody else in the team? Let me know. I'm not starting Leaf Davis either, which could hurt me, And then man, they get points, Should I go defender heavy this week? Like Harvey Barnes. Is Harvey Barnes going to do anything? I wonder. From where they have be a bench, him a bench, But him scoring him forward on the pitch though. So it's like, damn. Will Lewis Hall keep a clean sheet? Lewis Hall is another one where sometimes they have a clean sheet and him come off early too, I don't know. That's going to be a game time decision in the morning, people. Let me see if you guys have any ideas in the chat. Man in second place when he's going to be 15th. Hear the man. Hear the man that diss me. Demo, me nah show nobody my thing, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. And tell the people where you are now. I can show that. I can show the table so people can see where I am. And I will see who they laugh at. Just because, this is the first season I've ever taken the FPL one serious, I always just do the draft one. So the only reason why, brother, I never really take it serious until about halfway through. And luckily, because I did that, I made it into the cup. And I made the final of the cup. I lost in the final by like 1 point, but still. I made the final of the cup though. It was a successful season. I don't know though, people. What do you think? I'm not even showing any of this whole time. Or is me just take it off the screen? This may I try showing, Yeah, so this is my starting team. Havertz, Cunha, Welbeck up front. Should I bench any of my players to get Davis and Hall on the pitch? I don't think Davis can keep a clean sheet against United, but he could get an assist. Should I not start my centre backs and start my left backs instead? I have Digne, Davis, and Hall. That's a nice little. All of them, brother, they take set piece. Good crossing. And them have two giant to score and set piece too. And them have clean sheet option. So my defense actually is real damn good in this league, to be honest. My pick up Neto this week. I think that's a nice pickup because you're not really sure about the Chelsea players in the lineup, but I think the winger, like him, settled on Neto and Madueke for right now. So I like that. Semenya, as I say, I have every metric top of the league. Salah is the best player in fantasy this year so far. Harvey Barnes, not necessarily always starting, but definitely a contributor when he gets on the pitch. Then Havertz been a little bit dry lately, but I think with the fixtures being a little bit friendlier coming up here, I decided to just hold it out. And he's also a lot better at home normally. Then Cunha, I'm not getting rid of him. I don't care. Welbeck, not getting rid of him either. So this team is set. I've only really moved around players in my defense lately on this team. And I did pick up Neto because I had picked up, I think, Bonanate. And he never really did nothing for me. As soon as I pick him up, him stop the things. Idiot. So this is how it's staying in the league. I have a nice sizable lead. So I shouldn't, as long as I don't do foolishness, I should be okay for a little while in that one. And then let's go to fantasy. All right, so let's see. Where's the league? Bruno Fernandes. Why am I never get Bruno Fernandes this week? Leagues and cups. All right, so last week me did in a third, but now me did in a second. And this is how it is looking, people. So Biggs G in first. 3-point lead over me. Adrian Allen MBU in third. Palmer glows with God, fourth. What did I say? Gabab FC, Badaman. And there is Demo. So Demo get a 61-point week and move up the table and want to chat. But I'm not moving. I'm there 7 same way. So 632. I mean, how much? 685. So that's nothing in fantasy, really. So Demo really and truly feel like he's going to make a run now. Up on Demo side. Trent, let him down. Ahmad, nice. Ahmad is somebody that most people don't have. Haaland. I wonder if him take the plunge like me this week and dash Haaland. Have similar players. So you drop Emil finally. I know you did have Emil one time. Well, that is it, people. As me say, this man attack all this mess and him there 7th and me there 2nd. So who feel laugh, people? Let me know. I'll do the end of the league get to him there 10. Dre. Cranky did it. Cranky move up, man. Cranky did it way down at 20 at one time, So crazy, they look like him in the last place right now. Wait, namesake, how are you really going with this year? Last year, the man did the way up a table all season, man. T got, who that, moderator to the stars, Juras. Yeah, man, but that is the I Am Sure Sports League. Big up to Mannings, man. Man have a league and don't even play. But yeah, respect for facilitating this. A nice change of pace for me, taking it a little more serious this year. And you can see the difference, people. With that, I go and set the pace with Biggs G, And let's see if we can get a next 80 point week again. The 82 was nice last week, people. Yeah, man. It was a very nice week. I played my free hit, so I just grab up some baller, Bruno Fernandes did it for me. Cunha as well. Yeah. It was a good week, man, I tell you. But no free hit this week. Back to reality. So let's see how it turn out, But anyway, people, thanks so much for tuning in on this show. We're just over the 2-hour mark. We get good timing. I'm gonna show you like a team, brother. I'm gonna show you like a team, Demo. Why is finishing second always successful for an Arsenal fan? Good one. I know it's not a sprint. I know it's not a sprint either. That's why I never even bring up nothing about nothing. Because, I've not shown my team prior to the week starting any other time. So yeah, it's not like I can't look at your team right now. So I shouldn't show you my team right now either. Not that I wouldn't think you would change it to mine, but still. I'd rather tomorrow when you look at the table, if you look tomorrow, you just see the team, Pool seems to have won the poll. Yeah, I never checked back the poll. Thank you. Let's see. So let's end the poll. So where's the results? Them gone? Oh, there they go. So we had 22 votes. Liverpool got 45% of the vote. Brighton 2nd. Bournemouth 3rd and City 4th. I never even mean to put City, bro. You can't do anything about my draft team? No, you can't. But I also know why you know who me I start. Yeah. And it looked like the chat never even helped me. I asked the chat for some blowout advice. Very bugging. Yeah, man. I get all of them, Richard. I get every last one of them. I just Ike alone. Look like Ike they just want to do Arsenal and United game. But nobody never tell me a thing about the defensive if I change nothing. Yeah. Who cares? It not change nothing. That's true. All right. Since Damien have bleach for see the boss team for tomorrow. Even though it's subject to change, it might not change. But this is what I have. This is what I have right now. Raya Dini and Konate. I picked up Livermento this week, so I'm going to start him. I have Salah in both leagues. I picked up Savio and dropped Rashford. I almost kept Rashford, because I was listening to the whole he's going to play 9 and it's Amorim with the manager bounce and da. But I just feel like in the long run, I'll be happier having Savio than Rashford. So even if I lose out this week with that change, I'm okay with it. Semenyo and both of my teams. Morgan Rogers in this league. Very happy to have him. And then I wasn't going to start both of the Spurs players against City. So I'm going to go with the midfielder just because if him score a goal, it worth a little more, you know. Even though Solanke might have a higher chance to score, I'm still going to take my chances with the higher points when him score. And then we have Havertz and Cunha starting. I'm not starting Collins or Milenkovic. I could easily still start Solanke and bench like Savio just because I'm not sure about the game time and all that. But when you look at Savio recent games, if him fit in play, because him fit in them 3 games, him start and play at least 70 minutes and him produce something in both. So I just feel like Savio, I'm going to start him. I'm going to start Johnson just because he's on decent form lately. One of the better form players in the league. But just has what? 1, 2, 3. So 3 out of his last 5, him not do anything extra. But the times when him do something, him usually get at least 7 point. 7 to 11, 10, somewhere around there. So Solanke though, Solanke might even have a better form, Yeah, 6.7. So maybe I need to reconsider that. But it's really 1 balloon game, the 2 goal and 1 assist. That really hype it up. Other than that, the other 4 game round that him not do none. So I don't know. Would I be better off starting both of them and bench somebody else? That's a tough one. But my 2 team them good still enough people. You know, see that? That's one thing I can say. My 2 team them decent. Good options. Yeah, so that is it. That is it. Yeah, man. No more than 50 points there. Where? In my team, Havertz. Havertz a baller. Yeah, Savio was a good pickup. I'm glad. Say Savio did there. I couldn't believe. I said, Savio there? Boy, I tell me, say. Because every week I look for Rashford for the last 2 weeks and I said to myself, what a blood. Yeah, man. Draft make it trickier, man. Draft fun, demon. Like how, well, this, we put a little money on it still to make it even funner, And the 2 league, I think 1 league, the winner get a jersey of their choosing. And obviously the people will lose by the jersey. And then in the other league, we just put our money in the pool and then first get our amount and second get our amount and that's it. Just the 2, first and second are the only people, Yeah, man, it bad demon because obviously everybody can't have Salah. Only me have Salah. Only one man have Haaland, So it make it more fun. Like when you drop a player, you don't must get them back the next week and it's a little more they both involve strategy because obviously you have money for the other one and you have the wild cards to use and the chips to use or whatever you say, but I think they both involve strategy. But to me the draft one is a little more fun to me. You can set it up by points. You can set it up by head-to-head each week, which I think is kind of teeth. So we just do it points just like in the Premier League. So you don't really play a team each week. You just accumulate points over the season. Whoever have the most at the end win. Kind of like in the fantasy game we have with I Am Sure Sports. Everybody just add up them points and whoever have the most at the end win the league. Not like in the cup when you just play a person each week to get knockout, which kind of is a luck of the draw thing, Because a brother can have a bad team and his team just go crazy that week there. Yeah, man, people. But that is it, Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Let me see if we get to the like target or minute have. Yeah, so I just want 25 people. I'm not greedy because I know say you don't know the EPL people are looking for me more for the Jamaican content most of the time, but you don't know. As we keep on going steady, you see this week I have all 2-page full of predictions. So the thing I grow, people, the thing I grow. And anything that you do and you put your mind to it, if you take it serious, it will grow, people. So anybody on the journey from now, just remember these days when little old Jason Gooner in him little mini studio in him yard, and then just pre where the thing I will go to. Just pre it, people. And I say, Jano, remember the days when Friday night we are struggling with the amount of people in the chat. You go see me, I forget a room full of people I write down score. Yeah, man. Anyhow, people, send my pics to the Discord. Yeah, man, just send it to the Discord, bro. No problem. I'm gonna add it on the paper from now. And anybody else who get to watch the video after this, or you see the title of the video, but know I have like there's a couple of people always send me underneath the message, you know. Think is fan of mine not and Biggs G. I'm pretty sure Biggs G are the same person where I lead the league, you know. I'm almost certain that is him. But yeah, fan and Biggs G, I'm add them in too. I'm sure them are gonna send me for them one. All right, cool. But anybody else who see this video want to participate in the picks, you don't know, just send them in under the comment section. I will add them in as long as I get them in. You know, as long as them timestamp before the kickoff, yes, you can be included. Zine. So big up on yourself, people. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. All the people them with it stick around for the entire video and know yourself. Respect for the support. And yeah, man, good to have you back there, man. Hopefully you can catch some more of these. And yeah, we're gonna keep pushing people. I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV, and this has been the Week 12 EPL review show, or preview show, I should say. Is the canon fixed, people? That is the question. Are the citizens of 3 points again or not? Are they still in the 0 point land? We'll find out all of that tomorrow, people. Will Liverpool ever damn lose? Yes. That and more in the review show. We have a game Monday, so look out for the review show Monday night. I might, just because sometimes to wait till Monday for all the things that happen during the weekend, I might do the show Sunday night and just don't review the West Ham Newcastle game. So that might happen, people. It just depends on how the weekend goes. But I will try to make the thumbnail early enough so that we can, you know, at least get the visibility out there from early. I put it in the community tab or something so you guys can see it. All right. So yeah, that's the plan, people. Either Sunday night or Monday, but definitely just look out for the review show thumbnail. I will create it during the day, and of course it will be happening sometime in the night, either Sunday or Monday night, people. So look out for that, people, and good luck to all the teams them. Kinda, not really, but yeah, big up on yourself, and thanks again, people. I'm Jason Gooner TV, and hopefully the Gunners are up and gunning tomorrow. Come on, no, hopefully we are going. Lord, fire down.